We want to make the vaccination of teachers a high priority. They are within the essential personnel in society, and we want that priority to be high.
School districts, working with our Secretary of Education, who we certainly hope will be confirmed this week, need to make a determination about what works best for them.
So the science says get kids back in the classroom. The science says that our children have a higher suicide rate now. They have higher other mental health problems and drug abuse. The science tells us kids need to get out of home and get back into the classroom. And that's what Joe Biden was saying until Randy Weingarten and the AFT said, no, we're not going to do that.
It comes down to three things: the mitigation, the layered mitigation strategies, the testing so that you can actually see asymptomatic spread, and vaccine prioritization. Not that every single teacher has to be vaccinated before you open any schools, but you should align the vaccine prioritization with the reopening of schools.
It should not be a sine qua non. In other words, you cannot go into the school unless you're vaccinated. We're not saying that. We're saying we're doing whatever we can to protect the safety of the children and the teachers.
And we're going to work with school districts. Our Secretary of Education, this will be his first priority to do that. But many of them need funding because they don't have additional funding in their budgets to be able to do that.
Everybody recognizes the urgent need for a stimulus package for relief to the states. That's what the governors support. But it's a fair debate as to what's included in that bill and how much debt we're going to put on our children for the future.
There's over $60 billion still remaining in previous relief packages specifically for reopening schools. The money's there.
I read the bill last night, 590 pages, and it really looks like it just took all the federal programs, enhanced their budget. It needs to be more targeted.
The money in this relief package moving through Congress this next week, that money will not even be able to be spent. 95% of it won't even be able to be spent until 2022. So do they really want to pass a bill that's going to delay reopening schools even more? Our kids can't wait. They need to be in the classroom today.
Teachers know that in-person education is really important. And it's, we would have said that pre-pandemic. Washington, D.C., the mayor actually made sure that every teacher and school employee that wanted the vaccine got vaccinated.
Is the president okay with governors mandating local school districts reopen schools, in-person learning in the coming weeks?
The president is married to a teacher. He knows how vital it is for students to be in classrooms. The role we're playing from the federal level is to support these CDC guidelines, but these decisions are not made by the federal government. They're made by states, they're made by local school districts, and we certainly respect that.
Those youngsters who are in that high school group, that hopefully by the time we get to the fall term, that they will be vaccinated. Can't say it's going to be on day one of when the school starts in the fall term. On the other hand, when you have younger children, it likely will not be before the beginning of the first quarter of 2022.